The butler carefully held the newborn master to inform the master of the good news. When he tripped, the child fell from his arms and hit the ground. The baby's cry didn't come immediately. The butler tremblingly picked up the child and put his finger near the child's nose. After confirming there was no breath, he felt his head go numb with fear. At that moment, the mother-in-law came over with her newborn grandson. Smiling happily, she saw the scene and was so angry she shook all over. She scolded the butler fiercely and then handed the child to him before leaving without looking back. The butler looked at the lifeless master in his hands and then at his own child. A crazy idea suddenly popped into his mind. He tried to stay calm and went to the chairman, then gave his own child to the mistress. The mistress, overwhelmed by the joy of having a grandson, didn't notice anything and told the chairman to raise the child as the heir. The butler became more determined after seeing this. Time flew by, and 28 years passed now. Watching his son living a carefree life, the butler felt relieved but also sad because he was still just a servant for all these years. Thinking about it, he felt helpless and bitter. Just then, he accidentally scratched the car. The rich young man ran over angrily, grabbed the butler's clothes and mocked him, saying he was just a helper who could afford nothing. Then he slapped the butler twice. This scene was witnessed by the son, who arrived soon. Looking at the young man, the butler's thoughts returned to 28 years ago when he thought the master was dead and planned to abandon him. But when he opened the blanket, he found the child miraculously alive. He couldn't bear to leave him and raised him as his own son. Now, fearing the secret would be exposed, the butler told the young man to leave quickly, but the rich young man wasn't willing. The butler tried to explain, but the rich young man wasn't going to let it go. When the young man tried to help, his father stopped him and gave him a slap, ordering him to apologize to the rich young man. The young man argued but received harsher scolding. The butler said if he didn't apologize, he wouldn't recognize him as his father. Reluctantly, the young man was about to kneel and apologize when the rich young man's companion arrived. He said the mistress was being treated in the hospital. When they arrived at the hospital, the doctor came out of the operating room and told the chairman that his blood type didn't match the mistress's. The chance of a direct relative matching was higher. The chairman wanted the rich young man to get tested, which scared the butler. He immediately stopped the rich young man and told him how dangerous the surgery was. Then he asked the doctor about the risks. After hearing the danger, the rich young man hesitated and refused to go despite the chairman's persuasion. This made the chairman furious and he wanted to force the rich young man to have the surgery. At that moment, the mistress arrived. The rich young man ran to his grandmother and cried about his father forcing him to have the surgery or else he would be kicked out of the house. The mistress was furious and protected her grandson, saying no one could touch her treasure. The doctor urged them to hurry because they were running out of time. At that moment, the young man stepped forward but was stopped by the butler. However, the young man was determined and said he would repay kindness with kindness. The rich young man agreed and the young man followed the doctor for the test. The butler waiting outside was anxious and restless. Download the Daily Short app to watch full episodes for free.